Hey guys, what's up? It's McMaster here, and we're back with another All the ADCs episode. This time it's episode 3 with Graves. And in the beginning, I exaggerated a little bit about my damage, and it ends up not being the right match, but it's still a pretty good gameplay. I really hope you guys enjoy this because it is a little bit longer than the other ones, but I try to fill it with more commentary. I wanted to remind you that the music links will be in the description, and as always, sit back, relax, eat some popcorn, and enjoy. Hey guys, what's up? It's McMaster here, and we're back with another episode of the ADC series, like I said before. This time it's episode 3 with Graves, and I like the amount of damage I did this game. This is mostly why I recorded it. I'm pretty sure this is the match that I did a lot of the damage. The massive damages. But I kind of want to get into a lot of small talks that I have in my mind about what I want to talk about with Graves and the champion mechanics that I have with him and the support that I have, you know, pre-made 5s that we have. There's just a lot of things I want to get into this game. So I think I'm going to start with the team comp and like why we chose. Oh, what did I just do? Apparently you can. What button did I press? U and it takes out everything. Okay. What does I do? That does that. O does that. Okay, so I have to memorize all that. And he pauses it. Okay. So, first I want to talk about the team comp, where, like, I took Graves with Taric, because Graves Taric, in my opinion, is one of the best bot lane combos that are possible, because it's just, like, it sets him up for a perfect EQ combo when Taric stuns, and it gives him the right amount of time when the stun is in the air to E towards the target. We have a Riven top, and a Jax jungle, and a Kali mid. So, the Akali mid was Grizout, or otherwise Armand. I might link his channel. I don't know if I remember to do it. And then top is our top for our rank team, Sporeman. His name's Dylan. And then Armand's our jungler for our rank team, but he's playing mid this match. And then this is also Tony, or T-Bone KW, is playing Jack's jungle, like I said, and he is just a friend that we met online, and he's really cool and everything. We Skype with him a lot, and he's a lot of fun, but let's go back to bot lane. Okay, so this is a strategy. This is my first small talk. Basically, this is a strategy that my support and I do. Oh yeah, I forgot to cover my support. This is Alex. He's also on the rank team for this. He's my support on the rank team as I'm the ADC and he's the support. I want to pause it really quick so I can talk about this. Actually, no, I think I'm just going to speed it up because I wanted them to get to lane first. Okay, so they're coming to lane. Now I'm going to start talking about this. So our level 1 strategy is if we have a support with a stun, we like to go into the second bush, and especially if we're on the blue team, because we always get to the bushes first, knowing that their ADC and support are usually going to help out their jungler while they're taking blue buff. So we like to go to the second bush bot lane and try to set up for a little first blood, and you'll see what I mean by like first blood when this happens. It's always my favorite thing of every match when I play with him. So basically, it instantly bursts half of Soraka's health. Sometimes I have to flash for it like I did there. I didn't have to flash for it there. I actually got the basic attack off, and the basic attack was in the air before she flashed, when she was on that low health. So I didn't require to flash. I just thought I was going to be required to flash, and these are some close plays that's happening here. It's like I'm dropping down to like below 100 health, and who do you call it? Jace had it well above that. So I'm going to fast forward it so we can kind of get into some of the more action. Basically, another small talk I wanted to have was that about Grace's W, what I do is I take Q, okay, priority abilities are like R first, like most champions, then Q, like some champions, like they're basically their main ability second, and the third is that I kind of don't take a priority between my E and my W. Well, kind of. Not early to mid game I don't. Late game I definitely do. Before level 18 I definitely prioritize my E over my W, because the E just gives you so much late game power with the attack speed that you gain from it. Like it's like 70 attack speed when you get level 5 with it. But the W is that the thing is, early levels the E isn't very strong on Graves. It gives you maybe like 30% attack speed, 20% attack speed. I mean, it's decent, but it's like not as strong as the amount of damage that you get from your W. The W's damage is significantly increased between level 1 and level 2, and there's a second blood top. The damage is significantly increased between level 1 and level 2 from the W, which is the smoke screen, if you guys can see here. So I do get it at level 4, I'm pretty sure, this match, but what happens is, what I usually do is, I don't know if I've been doing this lately, because for some reason I was in this phase where I don't take my W till like level 8. And, like I said before, the damage increased between level 1 and 2, like, a lot. So, it's really good to take it at level 4, and then, the next level that they don't allow you to get your Q, you get your W instead of your E. So, what happens is, eventually, I don't know what level it's gonna be at, wait. It'll be at, like, level either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be at level 5. And you'll have 2 levels in your Q, 2 levels in your smoke screen, 1 level in quick draw, and then 0 levels in your ult. Or it might be at level 7 when you have 3 levels in your Q, 2 levels in your smoke screen, 1 level in your E, and 1 level in your ult. So that kind of evens it out. Like this match, okay, so I did it regularly. I took my smoke screen at level 4, and like Tarek's stun there kind of set me up for a perfect EQ combo, and Dylan's actually doing really well top lane. I don't know if Armand's kind of getting beaten up, but I'm pretty sure the jungler turns that lane around, thankfully. So right now the score is 3-0, and we're already a K and 300 gold ahead. It's looking pretty good. And I'm sorry guys, what I said about the beginning. I don't think this is the match where I like crit for 800 20 minutes in, but this is also a very good match. I went 9-3. I'm pretty sure it was the ending score for this match. It was a lot of fun too, because I don't usually like, I have like a certain file in my LOL replay folders that I don't usually save for I don't usually like save the games in the folders unless I have a lot of fun playing the match and I have a pretty good score at the end. So, and I saved this one in my special folder, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be a fun gameplay. The Soraka Jace support actually works really well together. If you are going to take a Jace, Jace is very he has a lot of mobility with his movement speed from his gate, his ult, and he has the CC that most supports usually take, that most supports usually have involved with them, like Leona, Blitzcrank, those kind of people, Tarek. You know, most supports have CC, right? So, like, as you see, the stun sets me up for a perfect EQ once again. The heal's kind of keeping Jace really, really caught up in health. Like, it's keeping him more health than I have, which is kind of frustrating me at this point, but I know that I'm out CSing him, and like by a lot. It's 46-25 at this point, and I know that I'm like being able to lay down more damage than he is, knowing I'm a kill ahead, and just even without the items, he even started Dorns and I started Boots 3 pots, and I'm still laying out more damage than him, but he's just getting the heals from Soraka. But what I'm saying is that the Soraka support is basically the only combo that really, really, really works well with Jace ADC. If you ever feel like it and you want to try Jace ADC, Soraka support is definitely the best way to go, because Jace already provides enough CC in his hammer form to sustain for what the support is missing. And that EQ combo with the gate, as you see, was chunking 250 health to 300 health, and I couldn't even go on Soraka there because I was on such low health just from his EQ combo. But the problem about his EQ combo was it cost so much mana, as you see his mana. But that mana will soon get refilled by Soraka, which, you know, of course, will result in more EQ combos and can result in my death pretty damn quickly. Like, he's already a level ahead of me, and he was throwing out another EQ combo bot lane there. Yeah, like you see his gate there. I'll actually skip back because I want to show you guys when I was recalling what happened after that with Alex. The thing is, it gives him the perfect amount of mana he needs to be able to do it, so he can spam it. He provides the CC, provides the damage, and it works out really, really well. I'm going to speed up the game, knowing that I'm done with that little talk about the CC and everything, and the support with Soraka. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm using a different mic now. I don't have my PX3s. I'm not using those anymore. I'm actually using a Bluetooth with my PX5s, so I have them wirelessly, and PX5s have much better sound quality, in my opinion, and I'm using the mic from my webcam. I'm sorry, I haven't figured out how to do, like, webcam. I haven't figured out how to add the webcam to the video. When I figure it out, which I'll probably look it up after I'm done recording this. When I figure it out, I'll add it to the bottom so you guys can see my face and my expressions when I'm talking. See, these little exchanges with Jace, even after he misses his Q, I'm still left on lower health than him. It's just because Soraka's providing him that mana, and he has that CC. Like, but this is where we start catching up. I want to jump back there and show you guys that little fight in, like, 1x mode or whatever we were in. So the Q completely chunked Soraka's health. The problem about Soraka Jace lane was basically is focused on Jace. It's not even on Soraka. This always happens to Soraka, but Jace can't help this. Is when Soraka still gets chunked no matter what, no matter who she's with, she will get chunked. Because Jace needs the heals. Jace needs the heals to be able to sustain a fight against a Graves or an Ezreal or any of those high damage ADCs. And of course, good guy Tony gives me the kill here with the last basic attack. Because the better I do against Jace, the better late game we're gonna have. Because Jace has like no late game comparison to Graves. So the damage done to Soraka is enough with a Graves turret combo to be able to kill her while she heals Jace. So we wait. I don't know if you guys saw that there, but we just put some damage on Jace with some basic attacks and like a turret Q, I'm pretty sure. And so she healed him. And once she had that heal down, we went in on Soraka so she couldn't heal herself. And of course she's still level 5. She wasn't level 6 yet because she's still level 5. You can notice. So she didn't have any heals for herself, which worked out really well in our favor. And for some reason, Soraka took Ignite this match, which usually I see Sorakas take heal or exhaust. Mostly heal, actually, just because you can, like, bring your ADC back to full health with a heal, Soraka with heal, with the heal, Q, ult, heal kind of thing, you know. Okay, so I actually got a tip from a viewer. I wouldn't necessarily say a fan because I didn't see him on my subscriber list, but he liked the video, so you could say it was a viewer / fan or whatever. But he gave me a little advice. The small talks make the long commentaries like this a lot more interesting. And I have to agree, when I was watching my small talk as Vayne, that I did like one small talk in the Vayne episode, and he noticed that was like, I noticed, because he pointed it out, that was probably the most entertaining part of the commentary, is when I gave that little small talk, so I'm trying to give a lot of them in this commentary. Also what I wanted to say was, Graves, I think he's one of the strongest ADC farmers, just because his Q can leave minions on such low health, to where his basic attacks will all one-hit them. Jace is laying down a lot of damage on Taric here, dropping him below half health to a average like 700. This Q doing like 300 damage, you know, Jace. He misses that Q, so I'm like, oh, it's time to initiate. He missed his Q, but I forgot that Taric was on half health and still popping heal bots and had cooldowns and all that bad stuff, I guess. Let me fast forward it here. With this late game advantage over Jace as Graves, I really want to be able to push the turret as fast as possible. That is why I'm using abilities on the CS. You'll see me do it every once in a while just to push the lane out. Especially with that constant damage on him, the Soraka heals are keeping him alive just to the point where he can sustain in lane at this point, because I'm 3-0, so I'm doing enough damage so Soraka's heals don't give him the advantage, they just give him enough heals to keep him in lane, not to actually win the lane. So that's really helping us out there. Because that's what, before that 2 kills, or that kill I had on Soraka, I forgot if it was a kill on Jace, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. She was giving him enough heals to have the advantage in lane, but now she's just giving him enough heals to sustain in lane, to not having to recall every 2 seconds from the damages that I'm doing. Because I have the 2 Dorns and the Vampire Acceptor already, and in this Season 3, the Vampire Acceptor gives 10 attack damage also, so I already have 130 attack damage. Sorry, in the spectating mode, every once in a while it goes to a different lane. Like, you'll see, like, a different lane every now and then, yeah. But they died there, but I want to redo that in slow motion, because that was a pretty damn quick play. Let me, pause the video when it gets to that point. Okay, so I think I'm gonna slow it down here. So, Jace comes a little bit too close at a little bit too low health, and all my cooldowns are up. Oh, no. Okay, I think it's right here, yeah. So I Q him, ult, and land the Ignite before I ult, because I want to just make sure he's in range and he doesn't flash out. Because the flash was, like, a for sure that he was going to flash. As long as he had it up, I knew that once I did that, he was going to flash. So I wanted to try to land the DOT, which could kill him when I'm not nearby him, before he got far away. Now that Jace is out of lane, I'm going to speed it up. As you guys can tell, it's a 41-minute game, which is really long, and we're only 15 minutes in, and it's been probably a good 10 minutes of recording. knowing I haven't times two it, I guess you could say, sped it up that much for a while in the match. But yeah, as you can see, we're taking an early tower here. But the thing is, I haven't really like sped it up, so it's only been 10 minutes of it's already been 10 minutes of recording, and we're not even halfway through the match yet. That's why I really want to take the rest of the match and try to put it into ×2 and maybe even some ×3. This isn't a very good engagement here, as you can tell. We're kind of backing off. Good thing we did, because we didn't want to give Jace any kills or Olaf any kills. So here we have a little skirmish over Dragon. I'm trying to take it while, like, sustaining... Okay, 1 second, guys. I gotta pause it.
Wait, can I talk to the people?
I am, sorry, guys. I've kind of lost track of what I was saying, because, I just went to dinner for a while, so, if I was, like, in the middle of a small talk or in the middle of, like, a short story or whatever, I kind of might have to leave it alone until I think of it again or something like that. So, I guess I'll have to start something new to talk about, because I completely forget what I was talking about earlier. So now that we have their turret down, it's kind of been in, like, a, use abilities to farm, basic attack, leave our minions to push, and then go get jungle creeps. That's what I'm usually doing, but, like, Jace is also using his abilities to farm, and, he's being really aggressive on the CS, you could call it. So I'm kind of having a free farm lane here, just like he is. At this point, since Taric left and Taric's roaming now, or he was roaming before he came bot lane just then, it was a really, like, farm lane until, of course, he comes back now. And now I'm trying to be really aggressive before he gets here, so to drop them low enough health for an engagement. But, you know, that's not going to work because I'm kind of running low on mana, so it was kind of a bad decision, and now they're deciding to recall. I'm going to speed this up. I'm sorry if I forget to speed it up sometimes, just to have it. So their blue buff is up, and I'm pretty sure Alex and I take this right now. Yep. See, our blue buff has already been being given constantly whenever it's up. Like, she'll probably take it soon, to our mid. So I think taking their blue buff is reasonable because our top doesn't use mana, and Jax doesn't really require too much mana. So their mid comes bot lane. I end up I'm gonna jump back and watch that little engagement and how I played that out. So she flashes, and I have to E out of her Q. So I want to go in for the kill on her, right, until she starts. I'm sorry, I'm going to skip this back again. I'm so stupid. So I'm going to speed this up until I come down here. So she throws the Q, hits Alex, and I barely E out of it. I know she's going to try to engage on us, so I'm going to try to kill her as quick as possible, knowing she got exhausted. And I couldn't really kite, knowing I didn't have the red buff there, so I just tried to take out Jace to as low health as possible before I left the lane, so I know Akali could come in and sweep up the kill. Just like that. And I'm pretty sure Soraka gets away here because he just used all of his ults to get to her, except for that one, and she flashes, and that kind of leaves him with no chance to catch up. So now I'm going to speed it up to ×4 until I get back. Maybe ×8, yeah. Okay, so there's kind of been some exchanges between the rest of the team, and now it's actually 12-10. Their Olaf is 5-0, so that's going to be difficult for me in the late game. Akali's now snowballing, so she just got those 2 kills, and anybody can tell Akali will snowball off at a minimal amount of kills. I'm kind of trying to farm up, so the late game it'll be a little bit easier against Olaf. Now I currently have the most farm in the game, only by like 10 in front of our Riven. We start getting caught out here, and this isn't a good situation because their 5-0 double buff Olaf is here, and we don't want to get engaged on by him. So he just lands a stun because Olaf doesn't have his ult up. Oh wait, he did have his ult up. I guess he just didn't want to pop it there. And so we end up trying to disengage from that, knowing that wouldn't have ended well if we did engage. I got a missed call. I'm sorry, I need to check. I wanted to check my phone because I had a little green light that tells me something's happening there. So this is where I have a little roundabout with Olaf, and I want to back up that like a couple times. So I'm gonna actually slow this down because this is a very like progressive, like a ton of stuff happening at once team fight. So he lands the stun on her. Olaf throws the axe, catches him. I E in to land the Q, maximum amount of damage, but I instantly get bursted by Lux, leaving me on, what, 50 health? And I'm getting dropped down, right? So I start to lifesteal off of minions, bring my health back up to like 100. Olaf misses his Q, his undertow, so I have to try to back up, and I don't want to land a basic attack yet because I know it'll slow me down, so I E away, Q him, and land a second basic attack that crit, and it gave me enough health to survive against the minions and survive against Jace. And I actually received the double buff from that kill, so it was a very, very, very good engagement. And then it ended up being a 1 for 2, but it fed me the kill. 1 for 2, and I got the double buff, which is very important. So, and then we get the double kill there from catching them off guard when they try to come down and help their teammates. So that it was actually worth it. It was a 3 for 2, and I got the double buff. So, I'm kind of just standing here, and I'm messing around with him, like, he's right here, guys, kind of thing, and I guess it didn't end up to be too well. I was just trying to mess around, but I don't know if that was the smartest idea. So now I see that Olaf's kind of trying to come up. I'm going to jump that back. I'm stupid. I'm, like, missing all these engagements. I'm going to try to jump this back and slow this down. So I get the Q landed on me by Jason. I'm on around 500 health now. They're coming in. Olaf throws his undertow and barely misses. He has a good 2,600 health, so I won't be able to take him out quick. Jackson actually ends up stunning him until he gets out of it, turns around, instantly kills him. And I try to pop my W to try to take out some of his vision. He actually pops his ult to get me. I E out of his undertow, turn around, ignite. Now that he's exhausted, I knew that I should have just like tried to Q or basic attack or something. And I actually tried to pop the ult to get that kill there. I don't know why I did that, but Akali ends up picking it up anyway. I actually barely that ult didn't hit me there, so good thing that I didn't give the double buff up to Lex there. Garen has his giant movement speed from his Q, so we try to get away from that with that stun. So I'm gonna speed it up until I get back to some action. I'm actually taking red here. This red gives you outstanding kiting, and it's actually really hard to kite when you have your E down as Graves and you don't have red buff. Or like your E down with Ezreal and you don't have red buff. Like if you don't have your escape, it's very hard to kite, knowing that they probably have more movement speed, because Olaf probably has movement speed. Quince, he's 429 movement speed, and I have 394, so he'll be able to catch up to me if I'm running away from him. So kiting regularly without any abilities or anything is not going to work. I get myself a little bit caught out here, and I just instantly die. That was completely my fault. Couldn't blame it on my team or anything. I just like was caught in a bad position. They were actually really smart by going around. I'm gonna pause it really quick and show you guys. They were really smart by going around up here with having Garen and everybody up here, while Olaf was up here, because I couldn't see them right here. I just saw Olaf right here, and he started coming in on me, so I was forced to run out here, which then they pushed up and they caught me. So I'm gonna go back to right here. Olaf's on a good 1,000 health, and he's chasing after Shoopus my Whoopus or Alex, and our Jax ends up picking up the kill. They try to engage, and I'm telling them, no, don't, I'm not there. I died. They're gonna get caught, and this isn't gonna end out well. But that was actually a really close fight between them. Like, I know it's weird to say that, but it's like a really close fight between them. Like, Akali's on a good 40 health there, and he's just like waiting. She drops down to 100 health, and if he would have landed one more ult or whatever, and she wouldn't have had that Q, then he could have won that. Because against the Soraka, 40 health is basically equal to her having 100 health with no heal, because it's like she does like no damage, so it's kind of equal. So I'm back up now. I decided to take Dragon. My items are getting pretty damn evolved. I decided to go Bloodthirster first, knowing it was a pretty solid farm lane once I got fed against Jace, because Tarek was roaming for a while. So then I got Phantom Dancer, and now as you can see I have the Chain Vest and Pickaxe. So I started to build Infinity Edge, but then I knew that Olaf is starting to do a bit of damage to me, so I needed to build that GA, and Lux was bursting me and everything like that. I'm going to skip that back and show you guys how hard it is to actually kite. I had to force the flash and the exhaust, and we still couldn't kill him, and I still didn't really get away with much health. So if he kept on chasing me, he probably would have gotten me there, knowing he had his movement speed and his ult up, so he could have like avoided CC from Alex and all that bad stuff actually. Now I'm going bot to farm. I pick up a lot of the farm here, and same with Akali, and Tarek dies, but it's not too much of a disadvantage when he dies. Like, not to be mean or anything, but it's not this like oh my god, the game ended because he died. But now, the fight happens, and like this is why I'm trying to build GA, because look, I'm sitting back and I'm basic attacking. Boom, I get a kill there. She picks up the kill with her ult, right? She lands a Q on me on accident and does her full combo, and I just instantly die, and I can't do anything about it. He picks up the kill on Lux. He's very fed at this point. He's 12 and 5, and I'm only 7 and 3, so it's like he does much more damage actually at this point, because it's not late enough in the game where ADCs completely dominate. So they chase down for a while, and we end up acing them. So that was really, really good. I'm gonna actually speed it up to 8. So I take red again, just so I have the kiting ability against Olaf when he doesn't have his ult up, and I have my GA up. So I'm kind of ready to fight, even though we just finished a fight. So if you see, I was kind of the one engaging there, even though I shouldn't have been, because I was ready to fight and I was all excited and shit. So when Riven went up to follow in, we couldn't really follow up, so I actually ended up getting her killed, which was my fault, and I feel really bad for that now. Now that I'm looking at that, and I see how that happened. On the other side of the wall poking me, not very nice. We're gonna try to... And don't worry guys, I'm pretty sure this was a win on our part. I'm gonna keep fast forwarding it, so I'm trying to like kite them around, but I'm doing no damage to Garen. Oh yeah, this is the match that I was getting pissed off. Even after I got my full build, I still was only critting Garen for like 300, and it got me super, super mad. Like, I'm critting like them for like 100, and they don't even have very much armor, they just have health, and I'm like, what is this happening? They have 187 armor, that's a decent amount, but it's not enough to like make a 700 crit turn into a 100 crit. I don't know why, but especially after I get the last whisper. And of course, Alex playing Tark, he has to spam that. He has to, just we all spamming our like taunts, joke, you know, that kind of thing, because who doesn't? I mean, it's fun. I guess when it's fast forward in this replay mode, that doesn't slow down the voices. That would be really funny if it did, because you could hear the really light voices. Garen's really zoning me out of this fight, so I can't do much, and I'm not even doing anything to his health bar in this fight. Like, now I am, but when he had that shield up, I wasn't doing anything, plainly, to his health bar. Like, there's no way to over-exaggerate that or under-exaggerate that. I was doing nothing to his health bar. So now I'm critting him like 142, as you saw there. So I'm doing a little bit of help with the fast attack speed. But I don't have any mana, so it's kind of pointless for me to be like engaging right now. I popped the flash there because I think I wanted to pick up that kill. I don't know what was happening there, but Riven's picking up. I'm not gonna say taking, because she is doing a lot of the damage, but she's picking up a lot of the kills here, and same with Akali. So I'm not really getting much kills. I'm the same score as I was 7 minutes ago or something like that. We have around 5 minutes left in this match. Actually, a teeny bit less than 5 minutes left. Now we have about 4 minutes and 24 seconds. Okay, so, with the 2-time speed up, that's not going to be too long. It's going to be an extra, like, probably 3 minutes of recording. Or 2 minutes of recording, I guess. So we're now taking out these inhibitors one by one, and, he overextended there, but I also overextended, so, I got cut out by that Q. I'm gonna try to... Did Akali say so many noobs? That was weird. I don't think she says that. I think it sounded like that, I guess. Now that I have my GA and everything, and I'm pretty sure I have a decent amount of gold in the bank, I'm gonna pause it just to check the gold standards right now. The gold between me and Jace is significantly different, between 3,000 gold, and I have 2.2k in thing, and same with Riven with 2.6k. But Olaf with 2.3k, I mean, like the fights aren't at our fullest right now. So, I guess he's just hiding under his little thing there, and he tries to escape out there. I don't know if this works or not. Pretty sure he dies, but... Nah, I think it's working. Yeah, it worked. It actually worked. I think she stopped chasing her, yeah. They end up picking up a Baron, though, which isn't the best. Okay, so we have about 3 minutes left in this match. A little bit less than that. Or with the 2 times sped up, it's not going to be 3 minutes in the recording. So now I actually have full build except for the Infinity Edge, which I think it's why I'm not critting so high. You know what, I take back what I said. I think I understand why I was critting so low on him, is because I had the Bloodthirster instead of the Infinity Edge. So my crits weren't supposed to do 10 million damage like I expected them to for some reason. Because like with some ADCs, if they don't build armor, you can get like 100k crits every single basic attack with like a decent 1.5 attack speed. And like with Graves, like sometimes I'll be like in some match. Wait, seriously? She said that. So many noobs will matchmaking ever try and true balance. That's pretty funny. But I'm gonna actually slow this down so I can do my little talk. I'm actually gonna pause it. So what happens is with Graves is that if I had the Infinity Edge instead of the Bloodthirster, I probably could have been getting like 400 crits every time. Because it gives a decent amount of attack damage plus the crit chance, so I could have been critting like almost every basic attack, like more than half the basic attacks, and been able to crit like not 400, but maybe like 300. That sounds like a reasonable amount. So we're kind of pressuring down their bottom turret while he zones them off at these middle and top lanes. So as you can see, we're strategizing this as a 5-man pre-mid. We're strategizing this pretty damn well. We're pushing the bot lane while he zones them top, and now they're actually realizing what we're doing, so they come bot lane, and it's kind of a boring engagement until like it's kind of like a Mexican standoff, you could call it. Until he jumps in, like see like my when he has that shield up, my basic attacks are literally doing 0 damage. I feel like they're doing 0 damage because it's not affecting my view of his health bar. They engage on Garen up there, and I think they end up getting him. Yep, they end up popping his GA. I'm going to slow this fight down. I'm going to actually back skip it to show what I'm doing during the fight. So I really want to take this turret. So while they're engaging on him, I'm kind of taking the turret. She ignites me until they start to really engage on it like a full team fight. So I decide I need to get in this fight, right? So I still have GA up, so the GA actually ends up popping. Olaf's still sitting around on full health with Baron, and I'm like, with Baron buff. And I'm like, what am I doing here? So I end up slaying Garen, and I end up doing enough crits. I have to flash away, and I